Welcome to Concept Craft. We are presenting step-by-step videos training to crack your certification exam, so you can gain the confidence to take on any accounting challenge. Now let's begin our today's lesson. Identifying the right QuickBooks Online subscription for a client's needs. Learning outcomes. In this lesson, we'll cover exploring a client's needs and recommending the right QuickBooks solution. Topics: subscription options and levels, gathering requirements, new client checklist, asking the right questions, the needs assessment tab, usage limits, different clients, different needs. Clients will come to you with different business types and structures, and with different bookkeeping needs. With the many different levels of subscriptions available to them, clients might find selecting an option confusing. How can you and QuickBooks Online help? QuickBooks Online offers a range of subscription levels to meet the needs of all clients. To identify the solution that's right for each client, you need to understand their unique business situation and requirements. One of the first things you'll do for your new clients is to help them choose the right QuickBooks Online solution for their business. As part of your ongoing QuickBooks Online training and support, you'll find many resources and checklists to help you do this. One of these is the New Client Checklist, which allows you to build up a detailed picture of a client's needs. Subscription options and levels. QuickBooks Online offers 4 different subscription plans, plus the addition of QuickBooks Self-Employed. Here's a summary of each QuickBooks solution and who they're aimed at. Self-Employed. Designed specifically for independent contractors and freelancers who file a Schedule C form with their 1040 at year-end. The 4 QuickBooks Online subscription levels are as follows. Simple Start. Designed for sole proprietors, LLCs, partnerships, and other types of small businesses. This subscription level is the best fit for solopreneurs and small business owners with basic accounting needs. Essentials. Has all the features of Simple Start but with extra functionality for businesses with more complex needs. However, it's not designed for clients who need to buy, sell, and track inventory, or who need to create purchase orders and budgets. For that, they need Plus. Plus. Designed for small businesses employing staff and carrying out functions such as budgeting, managing inventory, and tracking multiple jobs. Plus is the most popular subscription level for clients with small businesses. Advanced. Our flagship subscription, aimed at growing businesses that are approaching mid-market size. Gathering requirements. You need to get to know your client and their business. That way, you can tailor your advice to their needs and make sure they get the most out of QuickBooks Online. Discover and target your client's needs by using the New Client Checklist to help you gather the right information, focusing on the who, what, when, and how. Who. Get to know who your client is, what they're aiming for, and where they're coming from. You need to find out the client's legal/tax entity type, accounting year-end, accounting method cash or accrual, business owners, business history, business profile, unique industry, growing enterprise, mission, vision, values, and business goals. What? Understand the structure of the client's business to best discuss QuickBooks Online features and benefits with them. You need to find out the client's reporting requirements, daily operations, sales/customer workflows, expense/vendor workflows, employee/contractor workflows, administrative tasks, accounting software and processes, other business applications and processes. When? Find out information such as how often the client runs reports, and their internal and external deadlines. All your clients will have compliance requirements for their business, even if they don't run payroll or pay sales tax. You need to find out the client's compliance and filing deadlines, income tax needs, estimated tax needs, payroll/payroll tax requirements, state tax requirements, industry-related compliance requirements. How? Consider how you can help the client. You can dive deeper using the New Client Checklist, follow the onboarding process, and begin to plan deliverables and tasks with your clients. Activities you can carry out include Running a discovery session using the new client checklist. Following a structured onboarding process. Planning 15-, 30-, 60-, and 90-day deliverables. Designing workflows and choosing tools that allow you to collaborate with your client. Assigning tasks to yourself, your staff, and the client based on individual strengths. New client checklist. The new client checklist is a handy resource for getting to know new clients, gathering the information you need to set them up with QuickBooks Online, and discovering their business needs to best match them to a subscription level. The checklist is an Excel spreadsheet with 6 tabs, each focusing on a different aspect of the client's requirements and the onboarding process. Follow the link to download/open a copy of the new client checklist and use it as a reference while you explore each tab in more detail here. Select the headings to find out more. Client Profile. The Client Profile tab of the new client checklist covers the basics you need to set up your client's QuickBooks Online subscription. Needs Assessment. The Needs Assessment tab lists the functionality your client may need from QuickBooks Online and helps you to understand their business better. You can use the links in the Help Resources column to explain certain relevant QuickBooks Online workflows to the client. Each item listed in the Needs Assessment tab has a yes/no column that you can use to specify whether the client requires this function. These responses carry over to the associated QuickBooks Online feature in the QuickBooks Features and Solutions tab. We'll look at this tab in greater detail later in the lesson. QuickBooks Features and Solutions. The QuickBooks Features and Solutions tab is designed to help you and your client identify the subscription that best suits them. The workflows and functions that you selected with a yes in the Needs Assessment tab are automatically marked with a yes in the Recommended Features from Needs Assessment column on this tab too. You can use the drop-downs in this column to change any selections and to mark additional features with a yes or no as required. You can also use the Additional Features Required column to note any extra functionality the client may require. They'll likely want to include or discard certain features at this point too. Mileage. If your client needs to track mileage, use this tab to collect the profile information of their vehicles. Gathering this information will help you complete the QuickBooks Online setup for the client, who can then set up the QuickBooks Online mobile app to track mileage for business trips easily. This app is explained in the QuickBooks Online mobile app lesson. QuickBooks Bookkeeping Onboarding Checklist. Use the QuickBooks Bookkeeping Onboarding Checklist tab to gather any final additional requirements from your client. You should use this checklist with the client onboarding template inside the QuickBooks Online Accountant Work Center. Here, you can set up an onboarding project with tasks and subtasks you can assign to your team members. The client onboarding template is explained in the lesson on workflows for onboarding clients. QuickBooks Self-Employed Profile. If your client needs the QuickBooks Self-Employed subscription, use this tab to gather the additional information you need to set up the subscription. Asking the right questions, the Needs Assessment tab. To ensure you have all the information to identify the right QuickBooks Online solution for your client, use the Needs Assessment tab of the new client checklist to dig deeper and ask the client questions about how their business operates. Select each section of the Needs Assessment tab for more detailed guidance. The Sales and Accounts Receivable section allows you to get a better idea of the client's requirements for estimating, invoicing, and price levels, plus their sales tax circumstances. Questions to ask the client that will help you complete this section could include: do they need to invoice for their product or service, or is their income generated solely based on payment at point of sale? Do they provide estimates for projects that come their way? Do they collect sales tax? Do they charge different prices to different groups of customers? In the Expenses and Accounts Payable section, you'll get a better understanding of the client's expenses. This part of the checklist covers information such as the client's payment preferences, outstanding loans, petty cash limits, and reimbursable expenses, among others. Questions to ask to help you complete this section often revolve around your client's vendor transactions. For example, does the client offer products for which they need to buy components? Did your client acquire a loan to set up their company? If so, how are they making the repayments on the outstanding amount? Do their bills need to be approved by someone else before they are paid? Do they trade in multiple currencies? The Employees and Payroll section focuses on expenses related to the client's workforce. Questions to ask your client for this section could include: is the business run solely by the owner, or are there employees, and therefore payroll requirements? How many employees does the client have? Do they offer a retirement plan or any other employee benefits? How do they track their time? Your client may need to track other expenses, such as mileage. Or they may want to keep an eye on their income to anticipate and keep track of income tax. The Other Expense Tracking Needs section is where you can capture this information. The Other Daily Operations Needs section focuses on any inventory tracking requirements the client may have. If your client has inventory, they may want to include inventory tracking. If this is a requirement, you can discuss with them how QuickBooks Online and/or third-party apps can help. Note that QuickBooks Online uses the FIFO, first in, first out, method for inventory tracking. You can find out more about FIFO in the lesson on inventory management in QuickBooks Online. Businesses in different sectors will have different needs. While you need to ensure you understand each client's specific requirements, you can also anticipate any industry-specific needs and pain points they may have. From cloud storage to time tracking, there's an app for just about everything. Use the Specialized Application Needs section, plus your knowledge of the QuickBooks Online ecosystem, to identify when a client might benefit from an additional app to fully cater to their needs. The Reporting Needs section lets you capture how your client runs their reports. Questions you can ask the client about this might include: which reports work best for them? How often do they run and analyze their reports? As an additional feature, if the client has employees, they may wish to add users to their accounts who have reports-only access. Don't forget to ask the client whether they have any other requirements that you haven't yet covered or asked. For example, they may already have an accounting solution they wish to convert to QuickBooks Online. The total number of transactions per month section is where you can assess the transactional volume and scope of the client's business. This may indicate, for example, that your client with a high volume of data would require QuickBooks Online Advanced. Pro Advisor Tip: exploring the client's industry-specific needs will help you identify any additional functionality they may require. For example, they may need third-party apps to track e-commerce sales or manage their logistics, manufacturing, shipping, point of sale, or personal billable time. Check out this resource for more information on which QuickBooks Online subscription can help with industry trends. Usage limits. Now let's look at another factor you need to consider when recommending a subscription level to a client. Each subscription level in QuickBooks Online is designed for a wide range of users, whether they're busy e-tailers, architects, or contractors. However, each subscription level also has limits. Usage limits are the maximum number of things, such as accounts or users, that a client can have in QuickBooks. The more of these they require, the higher the QuickBooks Online subscription level they'll need. Usage limits vary according to the level of subscription. For instance, with Simple Start, clients can only have one user and a maximum of 250 accounts in their chart of accounts. With Advanced, however, they can have up to 25 users and unlimited accounts. Follow this link for a comprehensive explanation of usage limits in QuickBooks Online. Summing up. Learning outcomes. Well done. In this lesson, we covered exploring a client's needs and recommending the right QuickBooks solution. Knowledge recap. Getting the client's requirements right from the very beginning is essential for identifying an appropriate QuickBooks Online solution for them. You can now use the new client checklist to ensure you identify the QuickBooks Online subscription level and features that meet their current and future needs. Understanding a client's needs and recommending the right subscription level for them will help you establish a good working relationship from the very beginning. Next steps. In the next lesson, we'll explore the various options for clients to pay for their QuickBooks Online subscriptions.